Today's a big day on our pond project. We're going to get the final grading all done and we're going to get it seeded. Let's get started. Yeah, I figured you guys could guess what I was going to do next. The tiller is my all-time favorite compact tractor attachment. I really love the job the tiller can do, so that's what we're going to use here. If you remember back to last episode, we spread a bunch of wood chips that were composting, not necessarily fully composted, but most of the way there, and then we put a pile of black topsoil on top, again with our manure spreader. It was kind of an interesting episode. If you haven't seen it, check it out. If you're new to our channel, or perhaps you've missed some of this project, I would encourage you to go check out our playlist, TTWT Pond Project, and you'll get to see it from start to finish. We dig out this pond with several different pieces of equipment. We encounter several unforeseen difficulties, I guess you would say, along the way, and working through each of those has been an educational experience for me, and I hope for those of you who've watched it as well. I decided to start tilling on the rim of the pond and then work my way outward. I'm overlapping about half of the tiller width each time, which results in most of it getting tilled twice. We're doing this the day after spreading the compost and the topsoil. That black soil was a little bit wet yesterday. As you can see now, it's dried, and it's leaving some small clods. Overall, though, I'm happy with the work the tiller did. This is what it looks like after I've got done tilling. You can see that the compost and the black topsoil have basically disappeared. There's not much evidence of it left, except for where the pile was here at the middle and top of the screen. We'll take a closer tour around the rim of the pond here. You'll see there's still some clods. It's not perfectly powdery, I guess, at this stage. But given we're expecting some rain very soon, I think it'll probably be okay. I am a little bit concerned about surface drainage around this pond. I used the laser right up next to the rim, as I've shown in prior episodes, so I'm not concerned about the elevation of the rim. It's going to be pretty much perfect. But I am concerned about water runoff around the pond. Am I going to be able to get water to run to the drain, or is it going to pond or create water holes around the pond in certain areas? And some of that, it's a little too complex for me to do up front, so we'll just have to see how it goes. When it comes to final grading for seed, there's nothing that beats this power rake as far as I'm concerned. As much as I love the tiller, it leaves the ground kind of fluffy, and we need it a little more compressed or packed down than that. Obviously, most folks don't have access to a power rake. In that case, use a harrow or some other kind of drag. People use box springs. There's a lot of different things you can use as a drag. But the best thing would be a harrow. And just keep going over it and over it until you don't see your tire tracks making indentions anymore. Even with these high flotation dual wheels on Vinny, you'll see these indentions. In fact, if you look to the right here, you'll see indentions in the tire tracks after the first pass. So that's the reason I go over it from a different angle, to take out those indentions. And over time, you'll make less and less indentions, and eventually it'll be smooth as can be. Vinny and the power rake are the ultimate final grading tool in my opinion, but a harrow or other drag will work and will get the job done using the same techniques. It just covers in those tractor and tiller marks so much. I mean, just smooths everything out. And by having the duals on, I kind of get a little bit of firming on the ground at the same time.
So why did you do that little strip?
Do you remember that hump there, Christy?
Sort of.
Well, there was a hump there. I think it may have been an old fence or something at one point.
Oh.
But I would like that hump to be a distant memory.
Yeah. I do remember it when I mowed.
Exactly.
It was annoying.
We're going to try to get that out of there.
It is looking flatter.
I'm going to go crossways on it all the way along here. And then I'm going to go lengthways again to try to get that extra sod pushed back in here where I can deal with it. But I think we should be able to get that knocked down. It's amazing how even if I can't quite see it, that power rake finds it.
detect uneven terrain. Correctly.
With the tilling, I started at the inside and worked my way out. With the power rake, I started at the outside and I'm working my way toward the pond, with the power rake at a little bit angle, pushing the soil inward all the time. With this approach, hopefully I'll be adding to the rim rather than pushing it down off of the rim. And if there are any rocks, I can just slide them right over in the pond. Here's a good view of those dual wheel tracks from the prior pass. You can see that I'm straddling them, and it's actually working really well. Those dual wheel tracks kind of compress and maybe break up some of those small clods, and then I stir that surface once again and give it a chance to try again on the next pass. As I turn here, I'm moving out onto fresh tilled soil, so it gives you a chance to see what it looks like before and after the first pass with the power rake. That first pass moves a lot more soil than the second and subsequent passes, even without any adjustment on the power rake itself. As many of you know, there is a power rake attachment available for a tractor. We have one from WorkSaver, and it's a quality built device, no question about that. Having said that, I'm just not a fan of the current PTO powered power rakes for compact tractors. The biggest weakness is that the drum only spins in one direction, as a tractor's PTO cannot be reversed. While that would be fine on this project where the soil has been tilled, it's not great when there's vines and weeds.
Getting windy now.
Yeah.
Are you able to fly in that?
Yeah. So far, I haven't crashed it.
I mentioned the indentions left by the tires. You can see them to the right of Vinny here. We'll have to go over that again kind of crossways, or else we would leave ribs in the surface. Just a reminder for everyone, we're going to be filling this pond, or finishing filling this pond, from our well, actually, I believe. We talked about 2 or 3 different other approaches to fill the pond, but we decided that we're going to hook it up to our well. Of course, we'll show you that project as we get to it.
I just got a strong wind warning. Yeah, no joke.
But we don't feel like we can fill it until we get a way to handle an overflow. So that's another project that'll be done early this summer. Lots of stuff to do.
We had at least 2 inches of black topsoil on top of this dirt that we've got here, this fill dirt. And I tilled it in, and it doesn't look like there's any left. So I guess the good news is I got it mixed in really well.
We've really enjoyed this drone footage that we've had in the last episode or 2. And we thought it's really relaxing and just kind of fun to watch. Always interested in your opinion. I am assuming that if you're still watching at this point, you find it interesting, but still would love to hear your feedback below, including a little more tractor action and a little less standing around and talking.
Well, at this point, I really like how this looks. I'm gonna go around it a few more times. I've got some areas here I haven't hit. Other than that, I think I'm ready for seed.
Hey, you put some over the rim.
Yeah, it's some dirt and rocks I don't care about. Dirt. Worked all that time to get the dirt out of there. I appreciate the ground-driven seeder because I don't have to worry about what speed I go. I can go as slow as I need to be safe here on this ledge and still get the same amount of seed applied.
Yeah, that's nice. You have a lot of paw prints on the back of the seeder.
Been well inspected.
Yeah.
This seeder does a great job of distributing the seed. If I have one complaint about it, It's that it's not quite heavy enough to be able to pack the seed in and get that really perfect seed to soil contact that I would like to see. They built it lightweight like this so that a 1025R or other subcompact tractor would pick it up. And yeah, that's an advantage of it, is you can use it on a subcompact. The disadvantage is it's lightweight and it just doesn't press down quite enough. You keep watching that seed. If it stops coming out of any of those holes, let me know, but I don't think it's gonna in the near term. It looked like there was plenty. I know the seeder can work. It worked really well at Oil Belt. And if any weather should allow it to grow, this should be it. The only problem is I don't have fertilizer, but actually that may not be a problem for it initially coming up.
I kind of like the Otis Innovation seat.
I don't think he sold that as a seed.
Oh, you don't think so?
But if you want one, otisinnovation.com. Use code TTWT for 5% off. Still seed coming out?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. I'm actually pretty happy with the seed bed preparation.
Yeah, I think it looks good. Oh, you need to probably fill up before you go another round.
We use a hybrid tall turf type fescue from Barenbrug and Advanced Turf Solutions. It's not sponsored, but if you do go to Advanced Turf Solutions to get your seed, let them know that Tractor Time with Tim sent you. I think there may be a little bit of a discount. One of my neighbors got a discount when he said he knew me. Who knows? I will say you need a discount. All seed seems to be very expensive now, and this seed is, well, at the top end of that.
I feel fairly confident about our chances here. We're the right time of year. Weather will still be cool, and we're supposed to get rain next week, all week. I really feel like this has got a good chance of working out well. Spring seeding can work if you can get it done early enough, but if you're too late, it dries out and gets hot, and it's just hard to get it to grow. Now some of this area over here will probably be disturbed again because we got to get rid of the rest of this dirt. The same guy who took the earlier batch with the big 1.5 deuce will be back to get it. But someday when it's dry. It's dry right now, but hopefully it won't be dry here in a few hours.
The cat came to visit. Oh, watch out, Izzy.
What do you think, Iz? Are we doing a good job? You better go out there and dig you a hole.
Yeah. I think it likes the drone.
What do you think,
Watch out
Iz?
for the cat. Watch out, watch out. You hit him.
I saw him.
You hit him.
Oh, I hit him with the grapple. I wasn't going to hurt him.
He meowed, though.
Meowed. He probably didn't, like, squeal. He just meow.
Now he's just staring at me. Like, you let that happen. Come
Well,
over
he's gotta learn.
here, baby.
He's got to learn somehow.
Yeah, he's not real bright. They're both very curious. Bo thinks it smells like mice somehow.
I bet it does.
Bullseye's coming over to check you out.
Well, Christy, it's time for me to finish using my lawnmower, which won't do any real work.
We've got new viewers, and they tell us this thing is a toy.
Yep.
Won't do anything.
You know, and it is a toy, and yet we get some stuff done with it.
We have a lot of stuff done with it.
We have a lot of fun with it too, don't we? You guys see
Yeah.
that on our channel, so that's what it's all about.
Yep.
And I hope we get a stand of grass out here. If we do, and it looks like it does in my head,
It's gonna be beautiful. I'm ready for some fish and a little gazebo or something.
I like the sound of it. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time on Tractor Time with Tim.
No one who is born of God will continue to sin, because God's seed remains in them. They cannot go on sinning because they've been born of God.
Well, Bo has commandeered my ATV. Who knows what Bullseye is doing? And are you okay, buddy?
Good grief.
You okay?
What do you think, Bo? You're sensible enough to stay out of the way when it's running, aren't you? Yeah. This a good enough job? No?
She's not real sure about that.